preacher said, till death do part. But death came slow and tore us apart. She wore white, I wore doubt. Now the silence screams what love left out. And no bells rang when the truth came down. Just the wind and a hollow sound. Buried rings and silent vows left beneath that old oak bough. We kissed like thunder, broke like glass. Now all that's left is a poison past. No saints, no saving, no prayers allowed. Just buried rings and silent vows. The shovel head where secrets sleep, and every lie was 6 feet deep. I said her name, the earth replied, with roots wrapped around where loved ones died. She promised truth, I offered fire, but we burned beneath that same desire. Buried rings and silent vows, words we whispered can't speak now. Her dress still hangs in the room we shared, but time's too cruel and I'm too scared. No angels sing, no sacred sound, just buried rings and silent vows. They'll say we faded soft and slow, but the storm inside still grows. I'd trade this guilt for a final fight, but graves don't argue with the night. Buried rings and silent vows, carved in stone, forgotten now. She left with grace, I stayed with ghosts, and drink with shadows I hate the most. No light breaks through these wedding shrouds, just buried rings and silent vows. She stood in lace with a bitter grace, a storm behind that painted face. I held the vow, she held the flame, and silence fell where love once came. No tears, no lies, just broken glass. She walked away and let the moment pass. She took the ring, left the words unspoken, a promise made but never broken. No farewell kiss, no sweet goodbye, just thunderclouds in a summer sky. Now I wear this weight like a token. She took the ring, left the words unspoken. Her footsteps faded through that door, but I still hear them on the floor. The air still holds the scent she wore, and I'm still fighting a losing war. I kept her name in every prayer, but God don't answer empty air. She took the ring, left the words unspoken, locked without the key still broken. She carved goodbye in the wind and dust, left me drowning in faith and rust. Now silence screams like it's gold, and she took the ring, left the words unspoken. No scream, no slam, just quiet sin. Like a ghost I let me walk back in, and every night I drink her name, choked in smoke and shadowed flame. Unspoken, turn the truth into a tale half open, and now I sit with this empty vow. Where love once lived, there's nothing now, just a band of gold and a heart wide open. She took the ring, left the words unspoken.
I laid the roses on her stone. The wind replied like I'm alone. A photograph torn by the rain still smiles through all the pain. I spoke her name through whiskey breath, a prayer that stinks of smoke and death. Our vows lie 6 feet below, with the words we swore and couldn't hold. I wear this ring like a wound that shows, while the silence chills my bones. Love carved deep, then let go. Now our vows lie 6 feet below. The dress still hangs like it could breathe, but ghosts don't dance and hearts still bleed. The chapel cracked, the candles died, even heaven shut its eyes. I cursed the cross, but it stayed still. No fire burns like love against will. Our vows lie 6 feet below, buried deep where the cold winds blow. No preacher came, no choir sang, just thunder rolling with her name. What we call forever moves slow. I still feel her in my chest, like dirt that clings and won't forget. If peace is real, it's not in me, only graves and memories. Shadows I know, where our vows lie 6 feet below.
We lit a fire in the chapel there, swore our love on a rusted prayer. She wore white like a loaded gun, and I said yes when I should have run. Now the rings are cold and the silence grows, where a name once bloomed, now nothing grows. Ashes of I do still burn my throat, and vows we made and never wrote. The altar cracked, the choir lied, now only shadows stand by my side. Smoke still clings like bitter truth from the ashes of I do. She left a lace on the bedroom chair, like a ghost that never cared. I chased her through those haunted halls, but love don't echo off these walls. The preacher's words now taste like dust, and every forever turned to rust. Ashes of I do drift through my hands like broken time and shifting sands. No kiss goodbye, no gentle close, just empty beds and dried up rose. I breathe regret, not something new, just the ashes of I do. I tried to bury what we became, but graves can't hide a burning name. And every time I close my eyes, I hear her laugh beneath the lies. Ashes of I do still choke my sleep. A promise made that cut too deep. I stand alone in wedding black. No ring, no love, no turning back. Just vows that died before they grew in the ashes of I do. Slow through the chapel haze, a veil of smoke and the heart set ablaze. No crowd, no rings, just breath and dust. A vow to cracked in a lover's trust. I should have known by the way she stared. Love don't bloom where the soul's not there. Whispers wore a wedding dress, floated faded dream. The truth was stitched in a Sunday best. Whispers wore a wedding dress. She held my hand like a sharpened knife, smiling sweet at a funeral wife. The church walls shook with every step, like the past itself had never left. The preacher read what he couldn't feel, while her eyes said the deal weren't real. Whispers wore a wedding dress, a shadow cloaked in a soft white mess. No I do past her bloodless lips, just the ghost of love and broken scripts. And every lie was song to impress. Whispers wore a wedding dress. She vanished before the candles died, like smoke caught in a winter tide. I kissed the air where she should have been, and cursed the day we let her in. Whispers wore a wedding dress and left me drowning in her yes. The veil still hangs like a warning sign, but not all brides are meant to shine. Now I drink to the curse, I confess that whispers wore a wedding dress.
I dug a hole at the edge of dusk, where the soil smells like iron and rust. She left the ring, no final word, just silence sharp as a crow's last bird. Love don't shine when the light is gone, just cold reflections holding on. Now there's a stone where a promise stands, in the grave of the golden band. No vows remain, no preacher's hand, just broken dreams and cursed land. I laid it down in a ringless head and buried love in the grave of the golden band. The wind still hums our wedding song, but it don't feel like it did for long. I wore that gold like it saved my soul, but gold can't warm a heart grown cold. She took her leave with a look not sound, and left my fate 6 feet in the ground. Now there's a stone where a promise stands, in the grave of the golden band. The soil took what the fire began, and all that's left is a trembling man. No prayers can change what fate had planned, in the grave of the golden band. They say gold don't rot, but
There's a stone where a promise stands, where I kissed her hand and broke like sand. One last shovel, one last stand at the grave of the golden band. I carved our names with a shaking hand, then walked away from the grave of the golden band. They laid him down before the dawn. No mourners came, no suit was on, just wrapped in cloth and bitter rain. Another name the world won't name. No preacher spoke, no last amen, just shovel steel and whisper winds. And I stood back with bloodshot eyes, knowing some men don't get goodbyes. The sky stayed dark, the ground stayed cold. Some stories never do get told. No bells, just dirt and regret. No stone to mark, no cross to set. Just broken hands and one last breath. A quiet kind of southern death. They say the Lord don't miss a soul, but this one slipped right past the fold. No bells, just dirt and regret, and memories I can't forget. He rode through life like borrowed flame, too wild for saints, too tired for blame. He drank his truth from rusted tins and kept his peace tucked under sin. I held the rope, I dropped the weight, and felt the price of showing late. Now every dust reminds me still that silence is the loudest kill. Some men don't get their second round, they just get buried underground. No bells, just dirt and regret. No choir song, no safety net. Just 6 feet deep in one man's pride, and me still cursed to stand outside. The wind don't cry, the trees don't bend, they just forget how things should end. No bells, just dirt and regret, and the hell I haven't left. I carved his name in my own skin, so he'd have somewhere to begin. And every night I hear him say, not all deaths can fade away. No bells, just dirt and regret. No last words, just cold and sweat. He went the way we all might go, when no one's left to feel the blow. So pour one out and light one dim, 'cause I still dig my grave with him. No bells, just dirt and regret, and the weight of what we never met.
There's a stone on a hill where the grass won't grow, just a rusted cross and a name carved low. No flowers, no prayers, just dirt and design, 'cause I buried her name with mine. She said love like ours don't last the storm, but I held her tight till the fire when warm. Now the wind don't call and the sun won't shine, since I buried her name with mine. In a hole too deep for God to find, I laid her down in that borderline. No preacher spoke, no angels cried, just thunder in the hills and blood in the sky. Now every mile I ride's a sign that I buried her name with mine. She wore a red dress and a black-eyed grin, told me, mercy, don't forgive that kind of sin. But I kissed her still, and I crossed that line. Then I buried her name with mine. I ain't looked back since the soil turned black, but her voice rides shotgun when the night attacks. And the grave keeps secrets, but not in my mind. It replays her goodbye 1,000 times. In a hole too deep for God to find, I laid her down in that borderline. No preacher spoke, no angels cried, just thunder in the hills and blood in the sky. Now every mile I ride's a sign that I buried her name with mine. With mine.
Out past the town where the roads forget lies a chapel where the sun don't set. Carved in the walls are names and sound, the band that burned but never bowed down. They played for ghosts and hollow men, and swore they'd never stop again. The band still bleeds beneath the stone. You can hear the chords in skin and bone. Their songs rise up when the cold wind moans, dead hands drumming on the gravel alone. Yeah, the band still bleeds beneath the stone. Whiskey spilled where the preacher fell, strings snap sharp like a rebel's yell. No stage lights now, just candle flame, but the rhythm's cursed and won't be tamed. Midnight howls and amps long blown still hum a tune that chills the bone. The band still bleeds beneath the stone, their harmony carved in blood and tone. You'll swear you hear that ragged moan, bassline thumping like a burial drone. Yeah, the band still shakes the roof. The band still bleeds beneath the stone. No grave can claim their haunted throne. They played till fire kissed flesh and chrome. Now every chord cuts straight through bone. The band still bleeds beneath the stone. Silence the crowd, but never the song.
I woke to cold sheets and silence wide. No note, no sound, no shift of tide. Her scent still clung to the linen tide, but the door swung wide to endless night. I searched the sky, I searched the flame, but her shadow whispered just my name. She never said goodbye, just vanished in white, like snowfall swallowed by the dying light. No farewell kiss, no final fight, just the hush of loss in the edge of night. She never said goodbye, just vanished in white. She left her boots by the old back gate, but not a trace to curse or hate. No scream, no storm, no shattered glass, just an empty ring and fading past. I felt her leave before she moved, like truth too sharp to be removed. She never said goodbye, just vanished in white, a ghost in lace under fractured light. I searched the roads, I cursed the signs, but silence answered every line. She never said goodbye, just vanished in white. Maybe she danced through something veil, where heartbreak walks a different trail. But I'm still here with ashen breath, living through a love-shaped death. She never said goodbye, just vanished in white, like the wind that leaves without a ride. Now every dusk I sit and write to the soul that left me with no fight. She never said goodbye, just vanished in white. Not every ending comes with sound. Some just fade without a trace.
We stood beneath the churchyard sky, swore forever with a shaken sigh. She wore black like the vows were ash. I said I do as the thunder crashed. Her hand was warm, her eyes were wild, and fate was smirking like a child. I did, then death replied in a whisper cold as the groom who lied. She danced with chains we wore were forged in sin. A silver light wrapped razor thin. She kissed the blade, I held the rope. We spun a vow, then killed the hope. No chapel walls can hold regret. No priest absolves what we forget. I do, I did, then death replied, with the rose that bloomed then turned to knives. She wore the veil, I wore the guilt, and watched her fall in what we built. I do, I did, then death replied. Stone and asked the wind to bring her home. But winds don't answer men like me, just carry echoes endlessly. I do, I did, then death replied. No gods, no grace, no place to hide. She vanished slow with fire in her stride and left me there where love had died. I do, I did, then death replied. The dead don't leave, they listen quietly.
The chapel lights had all gone cold. No guests, no priest, no bands of gold. She walked alone, a ghost in lace, with vows unspoken on her face. No tears, no screams, no shattered glass.